As an executive chef in Canada, whenever I travel internationally, I find an air of mystery around what Canadian cuisine really is. And some even doubt if we even have a cuisine. But I always say we absolutely do. A couple of years ago, I got a chance to travel through China, doing presentations about Canadian cuisine and showcasing to that country what we really have here. Just before one of my presentations, one of the organizers, a wonderful Chinese gentleman, walked up to me and said, "Can I have a glance through your presentation before you talk?" I said, "Absolutely you can." And I opened and showed him my presentation. Unfortunately, his enthusiasm wasn't as much as what I had. He looked at me and asked, "Where's the polar bear meat? Where's the reindeer meat?" That brought me to think, what perception do people really have about Canadian cuisine outside Canada? I'm not discrediting our past, our tradition, our history. I know at some point of time we did eat that, and in some places possibly we still do. But that is not what Canadian cuisine is all about. And we have evolved drastically from what people think we do eat still today. So is that the swimming pool out there?
It is, actually. It's for the ducks and for us.
Lovely. And somebody was saying your horses go in there too.
They do. That's quite a treat.
I can't wait to swim with them.
Yeah. When you're in there and then they actually come in, they bring the little guys in too.
That's perfect.
Yeah, they were the first ones that came over.
Now that's been for a while, late 18th century to early 19th century. Good boy.
Continues doing it.
So yeah, what's going on, man?
I think this farm is...
What is that? What's he doing?
He likes...
Oh, that is funny. You're getting it on tape, right? That's funny. That's really funny. Good job. Good job.
He's probably not going to call me later either.
How do you know? You never know it. Oh, what is that? I see sloth and anger. What is that all about?
Instead of numbering our tanks, we name them after the 7 deadly sins. Just one of the fun things that we get to do.
Wow, that's amazing. Now let me tell you what we're here for. We've got some outstanding mutton from her farm, and she's going to make us a nice mutton stew. But a mutton stew is not complete without a good brew. So we are here to try and pick up a brew that we can use for our stew.
I definitely recommend one of our darker ones. Why don't I get you a few and we'll sample.
Lovely. Let's go. Do I have to finish it? Yeah.
I should have grabbed a few more glasses, I guess. Yeah.
Or I just got to finish it.
Taste?
I'm driving. Anybody else?
Drink it like you mean it. Yeah, it's that smokiness. It's that if you're a Scotch drinker.
I just can't help it but say, holy smoke! It is good. Lovely, guys. It's awesome. Now that brings it tough for me to say which one and which one not. What do you think, Montana? I know you want this.
Yeah, I really do like that.
But I want this.
But I like this one.
So why don't we take both?
Okay.
This I've almost finished, but let's take both and run before he gets to me.
Okay.
So here we are in Montana's kitchen trying to make one of her favorite, the best thing I've heard from her is a Shropshire mutton stew. So till she gets changed, let me start chopping the mutton. Oh, look at this. Look at the color, the marbling, the fat. Oh my God, I love fatty mutton for a stew. And, there we go. Oh, you're here already. Welcome to your kitchen.
Well, thanks for starting without me. That's a good kitchen help I have here.
Thanks. So while I chop them up and dice it, I want to get your lovely cast iron pan ready so we can get browning right away.
Okay, we'll do.
Wonderful. Go to open up. Let's see if it's done. Oh, I can smell it from here.
Oh, it's golden.
Look at it. I just can't wait to get my hands in there. Now it's too hot for me to do that. So here we are in my kitchen, trying to work with Shropshire and trying to compete with what Montana did for us, the stew. It's really tough to beat. It was such a wonderful stew. I can still taste it in my mouth. So we're going to do a couple of recipes here with the Shropshire, with the Novo Canadian cuisine as I should call it, with flavors from around the world affecting our dish here. So the recipe I'm going to start with today is a Shropshire meatloaf. Interesting, right? Isn't it? Generally wooden spoons are easier to mix, but especially when you're doing with meatloaf, nothing can beat. If your hands are clean, just dig right into it. So I'm going to dig in and make the meatloaf with lots of love. The next ingredient that goes in is the chopped cashew, half a cup, and half a cup of dried cranberries, just to give it a little different texture and flavor. Mix it back up very well so it's evenly spread. Oh, look at this. This looks so wonderful. Look at the colors in it. Can't wait for it to get ready. So once you pour the marinade over the meat, you're going to let it rest for a little bit and make sure it's mixed properly with the meat. So here we see the meat is getting completely immersed in the liquid, and ideally I would like to do this overnight, the night before, and let it sit so that more that gets marinated, the flavors marry and come into the meat and bring that wonderful flavors that we just added in the marinade. But if you leave it for a couple of hours, I think you should be good. So while it sits, I'm going to put it in the fridge, but last night I did some just for you and I marinated. So I'm going to pull that out and we're going to get cooking. So this looks like it's ready. Let me see. Oh, I can just smell it. Wow. This is awesome. So how do we know if it's really ready or not? Just having a look at it. You can't really say. So we take a knife or a wooden stick or something and just put right in. If it comes out clean, we are good to go. And I'm going to garnish this with the berry salsa that we made. And that's a meal of its own. And the little bit juice that we have here, that will actually cover for the sauce and to keep it nice and moist. There you go, generous helping. This was delicious. So now we saw how easy and simple these recipes can be. And we kind of got an idea what we mean by Canadian cuisine. How varied, how the flavors, the internationalness, the ethnicity all come together to form what we say our Canadian cuisine. Always keep in mind, cook from your heart, not just from a book.